I've got dino congestion somehow. This is how comfortable Dan feels here. It's like my living room.
You have to pay extra for these feet shots, dude. My channel wants to see my feet so bad. It's ridiculous.
It is weird.
It is very weird. I don't get it.
Yeah. Dan's Feet OnlyFans?
Only Dan's.
Only
Feet
Dan's?
Finders. Find me on Feet Finders. OnlyDans.com. Which is weird because, like, you know, I've been in a handful of motorcycle accidents.
Yeah.
My first one,
Yeah.
I broke every single one of my toes.
Yeah.
And like 4 or 5 of my metatarsals on my feet. So my toes face in completely different directions.
Maybe that's why they're just...
Yeah, they're all over the place.
Little
It
freaky.
looks like my feet are throwing up gang signs all the
Nice.
time.
Nice.
And people want to see them, and I refuse.
But you've thrown them out there before.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. you
Nobody's
have.
ever seen my feet.
Yes,
Who? When?
for sure.
When?
You were sitting on the floor with Jax and you were barefoot, and that's where the feet comments started coming in.
Is that where it came from?
Yes.
The fact that you know that and I don't.
Because I
is-
thought it was weird.
Yeah, it is weird.
I was like, why are these people commenting on his feet?
I don't get it, man.
Yeah.
I don't get why people want to see my feet.
It must be a universal weird thing.
I thought about jokingly starting an OnlyFans and just posting my feet just to see how much money I could make as a joke. And, juice that for what it's worth and then shut it down afterwards.
Okay, you heard it here first. You can, what do you do? Subscribe?
Yeah, I think
What
it's a
what
monthly
is it?
subscription
Yeah.
or something like that. Or
Yeah.
maybe a pay per post. I don't know, man.
I don't know.
I don't get it. It's too much debauchery.
Well, you get some little selfie footage of your feetsies and maybe sticking them in the bathtub with some bubbles.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Some bubble
Little
bath. Just like have
rose
them sitting on
petals
top
or-
of the H2 tank.
Yeah. You could start
Oh.
a whole, I think it's maybe people are just looking for the next weirdest thing. So maybe, I don't know.
And to add on to that,
Bike porn.
one of the early on moto vlogs that people remember me for is when I had ingrown toenails on both of my big toes. And I made a story about it because the doctor who fixed it sounded exactly like John Goodman.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you closed your eyes, you'd think you were listening to John Goodman. And I made a vlog about talking about how John Goodman cut my toenails up. So like not only my toenails fucked up from John Goodman,
Yeah.
but like they face in completely different directions. So people have been obsessed with my feet since day one.
That's okay. Well, at least they're obsessed with you about something.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah,
It
we
would
love
be
a good
not-
level of obsession.
Yeah, we would. You wouldn't be where you were if people weren't.
I wouldn't be if I was normal too.
Yeah, you wouldn't be where you were if you were normal. That's for sure.
My parents refused to medicate me as a child, so that's what
their
this gets
fault?
you. Yeah.
Okay.
They had distinctly remember my parents, like my dad almost hit one of my teachers because they kept saying that I need to be medicated.
Yeah.
I think they might have been right. I think they might have been
No,
right.
I think that your parents did not have any liberal application of this one little word with 2 letters. No, Daniel, you
Which
cannot
word?
do that. Yeah, so you don't even
Oh,
know. You don't even recognize the
Oh,
word.
No.
He doesn't even register in his brain because he's never heard it.
I'm not saying my parents didn't tell me no, but I was a much more of a ask for forgiveness than permission kid.
Yeah, I know this.
You got to hear my
I
mom
know
tell
this.
the story. She was like talking to my uncle or something on the phone one day, and I was really little. Like I was like sub 10, I think, or maybe a little bit older than 10. But my mom was on the phone with my uncle, and I walked by, and she said that I had a skateboard under one arm and like a rocket, the model rockets.
Yeah.
And I had that underneath the other arm, and I was like, "Hey, Mom," and I just walked on by, and she was like, "Okay, whatever." It was good. I gotta go. Like it took her like a couple of seconds to register what was going on, but they had to stop me
And
from
that
doing
set the
shit like
stage
that.
for the rest of his life.
Literally, the unrestricted access to the internet that was bad. I had
Yeah, I
unrestricted
think you
access
were
to the
probably
internet.
right there at that first portion of the generation that it was just parents didn't realize.
Yes,
Parents did not realize the internet had turned into the filthy thing that it did.
2 things got me in a lot of trouble. One, I downloaded this thing called the Anarchist Cookbook at a very young age. Do you know what that is? Yeah,
Did like the Men in Black not show up at your house like with
No.
a search warrant?
no, never.
Wow.
But it showed me how to make thermite. So I'd
Showed me how to make thermite.
It did. It showed you how to make thermite, which is just aluminum powder, really fine aluminum powder, and essentially rust. I forget, something
Yeah.
oxide, and you just combine it to. But I didn't have a way to light it because you have to get it really hot. And I remember asking my dad, I was like, "Do you have any magnesium?" And he's like, well, I can get magnesium strips at work, because he worked at Delta and they use magnesium strips all the time. And he was like, yeah, you can set them on fire if they get, but had no idea what I was asking him for. So it was in my bedroom trying to make rust over the weekend. So I would take these 2 nails, put them in water, and I had stripped an AC to DC power inverter.
Yeah.
And I'd wrapped the cables around the nails.
Yeah.
And I'd put them in the water and which is crazy, because like had I touched the cables, I would have died. Like, it's a kill wire. You know what I'm saying? So I don't
You
know what
would've
I was
learned.
doing.
You would've
I had
learned
unrestricted
faster.
access to the internet. That and the chainsaws, the beheadings, those were hard.
Yeah, that was stupid. That's stupid. But
That was like the first thing I saw on the internet.
I can't say that it's gotten any better. I think it's gotten worse.
It's harder to
Absolutely
find.
worse.
But yeah,
Yeah. They've just sequestered them to certain sites that they definitely track every time you go to them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If you don't think that they don't know, like what all these data centers are for, they want to know everything.
oh, they
you
already do too, don't they?
Yeah. Somebody was showing like on the phones how you go deeper into the settings and it shows absolutely every single thing you do.
Yeah.
Whether or not you have a hidden, you have a VPN or you have like a private browser or whatever. I mean, if you do it, it still tracks it somewhere. And
Yeah,
that's
it doesn't even matter.
that is the naive thinking of people that that you have any privacy anymore. I think they just said that the Signal, the encrypted app, is not safe at all anymore.
Signal
or
app?
probably never was.
That's
Yeah.
where like that's like kind of like
It's encrypted so that supposedly nobody can hack it and see what you're sending back and forth. And a lot of higher end people use it. A lot of security people
kind of like
use
WhatsApp,
it.
but like more but it's encrypted.
Supposed to be encrypted,
Okay.
whereas WhatsApp was definitely never encrypted.
Right.
It says it is, but it's probably very low level and has lots of backdoors where, that's how somebody's WhatsApp messages were being read. I want to say Jeff Bezos, like some big time person.
Oh shit.
Yes. Can you check that for me, Duncan? I don't want to misspeak.
Pull that up, Duncan.
Such a huge.
While I'm pulling it up,
thing.
Jamie, pull that up.
You wanna,
No, not Jamie.
You want to do an
Dun-
intro?
Oh yes, an intro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, here we go.
We should try the intro.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Go
yeah,
ahead,
yeah.
clapboard.
Clickety clackety.
Dan Estrada here with
Dan
us today on Candy's World
Dan
on
Estrada
Wheels.
chips. Oh, by the way, that's what I'm wearing, everybody. I didn't bring this. This isn't mine. This is, who is this again?
Eric Estrada.
Eric Estrada.
Paunch from Chips.
Paunch. And this is episode roll 6, scene 42, take 6-7. That's a Duncan move right there. That is, you totally did this 6-7. You did, Candy, you did this? Is this from
Maybe.
Sky? Okay,
Yeah.
whatever, dude. We're going live.
Okay.
Check, we broadcasting. Ain't nobody ask, we splashing. Beats that had boom, now we moving massive. Breaking you
That's
down
great.
in the bass
That is
like
great.
acid. I'm back in my zone of time.
So, did you lose your shoes on the way over here?
No, my boots were hot.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. The Piggly Wigglies out.
Yeah.
You guys can have those.
Nice. Well,
These are clean socks.
okay.
Very
Thank you.
clean.
Thank you.
You could eat off of these things.
All right. Well,
I recommend
you know,
people do.
I'm sure you could eat off the warehouse floor in here. So, your socks are okay.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. You're not transmitting anything up on my nice live edge coffee table.
Well, thank you for having me on again, Candy. I like you keep adding more stuff to the set, I feel like.
Yes. Well, I just kind of move stuff around and bring different things to the forefront. And we just have so much, cool trinkets and tchotchkes and souvenirs and whatever.
this.
So, yes, this is,
My dad would really like that, I think.
this is the Weeble Wobble camper van with motorcycle.
Weeble Wobble?
I'm just missing the Weebles.
Things that don't fall down? Mm-hmm. Kind of like the
Weebles
Mighty
wobble
Beans.
And they don't fall down. I don't know. Mighty Beans are
Mighty Beans were basically just
updated Weebles.
millennial Weeble Wobbles.
Yeah. If anybody has the Wobbles, Weebles that went with this, please donate them.
And you can tell because it's made out of metal. You know what I'm saying?
No, actually, that's a plastic.
This is plastic?
That's plastic.
Dude, you're going to have to cut that. I don't want to look like an idiot. It looked like metal. That sounds like metal.
Yeah. I mean, part of that might be.
The part that I
Part of
touched
it.
is definitely metal.
Yeah. I have an original Tonka dump truck that we found in a backyard of a house that we had bought to flip. And I looked it up, and the thing is worth a lot of money.
Really?
Yeah, so this guy had that for his first little dump truck, all metal body on it.
Like he drove? It's big enough to drive?
No.
Oh, it's
no,
like.
No. But
give
it's
me a-
pretty big. I mean, it was like a crate size, like
Okay.
that crate size one.
Yeah.
Definitely enough for him to dig up dirt and put it in there and use it as a dumper.
Those old toys bring a lot of money.
They do.
My
They're
dad
good
has started
shape, yeah.
collecting like old toys from his childhood.
Yeah.
And they're expensive. Like they're like hundreds of dollars. You
Yeah,
know?
and for every parent or person that's like offloaded the closet and all the crap from under the bed and giving away all the stuff, and then you're like, man, if I had that. If I only had that. My brothers had all the original Star Wars toys, the big
Oh,
Millennium
dude.
Falcon. They had all of it.
Worth a lot of
Yes.
money today.
Yeah, for sure. And we just threw it away or whatever when we moved here. And nobody thought about it at the time, though. Nobody thought that people are going to want to collect toys.
Yeah.
It just wasn't, I don't think it was something that people did at the time. Like people collected like Americana type stuff, little country things or Coca-Cola stuff. But I don't think anybody had
Coke
started
bottles.
Coke bottles.
That's weird. Because like there's a bunch of iterations of Coke bottles. There's like some really early ones that are worth a ton of money. Pokemon cards is a good one.
Yeah.
I had a bunch of Pokemon cards as a kid that my parents sold at a garage sale for like probably nothing. That would be worth enough to pay off their house today. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that is a phenomenon I'm not really understanding, but I guess it's just the new version of baseball cards because people did collect baseball cards and comic books and stuff like that, and they still do. The Pokemon obsession has gotten a little, I think, over the top because there's a Pokemon vending machine at the Kroger by where I live.
People camp them, don't they?
I turned around and it was right next to the eDrives one, like for you to go and renew your tag and stuff. And I was
Yeah.
like, what is that? Because I thought it had been like a red box for renting the movies. And I looked at it and I'm like, certainly they don't have a red box because it was just taking me a minute to register like what it was. Like, oh my God, they turned it into a Pokemon card vending machine.
And that's popular. People will stream all day long of them just opening Pokemon cards. It's crazy. It's literally gambling if you think about it.
It
'Cause
is.
It's like
yeah.
it's just childhood gambling in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, it is just you're kind of just rolling the dice on which one you're going to open next and you hit the jackpot or you don't.
They do that now in video games. Yeah, I
Open Pokemon cards?
no, not Pokemon cards, but like skins for. There's a game called Counter-Strike. He knows what I'm talking
Is this
about.
the one where you're stabbing the person in the neck the other day? That thing's so
No, that
gross,
was
dude.
the zombie game, which
That's
I think
gross.
is. I think I had no idea that game was so good. It's a motorcycle zombie game, and you stab a child in the neck because
That's disgusting.
it's a zombie.
I don't care.
Yes! Yes!
I don't know if you want me to include this in the thing. But there was a part where I was mowing down hordes of children zombies
my
with an
God.
M60, and I mean just
No,
you know,
no.
we nicknamed the gun the coat hanger.
That's just disgusting.
Yeah, we might have to cut that. I wouldn't blame you guys if you cut that.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
So I challenged Sky the other day because it was just, that summertime of year where the only thing in life he wants is more video games. And he was playing something. And I said, do you have something that doesn't involve killing? And he's like, yeah. And I said, show me. So he pulls up he's got a Steam account and he's pulling up all this stuff and he's looking through it. And he's like,
You had to think about it.
I think he couldn't find one that didn't involve blowing stuff up or killing something, or I think a Mario one was about the only one that didn't. And I said, no, I'm pretty sure you still blow stuff up in that one too.
In Mario, you mean to talk about where you play as a plumber who eats mushrooms, trips acid, and stomps on Goombas and stuff?
Yeah, something like that. He's like, oh, I think in this version of this one, you don't kill anything. I'm like, all right.
Not even sure.
Yeah, he's not even sure.
I don't even think I have any video games right now. I mean, besides the racing sim stuff, but like that's what is like the most popular stuff is to shoot them up, kill them up, and my parents hated that growing up because I convinced them to give me Grand Theft Auto way back in the day. They had no idea what that game is. That was a game where you could go and pick up a hooker off the street and then do the
Yes,
thing, and then you would kill her and take your money.
Oh my God. That's not set any precedence in society whatsoever.
13 years old killing hookers and taking.
It's like giving somebody their first motorcycle and then locking them in a room and making them play road rash all night and then, okay, go ride your motorcycle.
Banging
Which we
game.
used to do.
Dude, banging game.
We used to play road rash till 2
You used to play Road
a.m.
Rash?
And then
Oh
we'd get
my
on our
God.
motorcycles and go ride out. When I lived in Roswell, we'd go ride these roads next to the river.
You had your nunchucks.
We would like beat each other up while we were riding and stuff like that. Yeah. It was silly.
See,
Silly,
look,
silly.
and that didn't make you
See?
a psycho. That didn't make you a psycho.
Could be a question there.
Okay, all right. Yeah, there's really not many games out nowadays besides racing games that don't involve killing or shooting. I mean, that's like, I can't even think of any. Even Minecraft, which is like one of the best games in the world, is still you gotta kill some things. You gotta kill some zombies. You know, you find this villager who don't got what you want. You know, you gotta cut them down. You know,
Killing the little piglets.
you can farm them. You don't have to kill them.
Oh,
You know.
Okay. Well, eventually.
Yeah, well, you know, you can make them, you know, do what, so you can have more piglets. You know.
How can you?
Yeah, you have to make them breed so you can call them. You know what I'm saying? You gotta you gotta make more piglets.
Dan knows all of the inner workings of them.
Of Minecraft, absolutely. That was my first YouTube channel. Was a Minecraft YouTube channel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what I started doing, and I was doing it in college, and it was doing well. Like, but this was back in like 2013, where there wasn't really any huge YouTubers. I mean, there was big YouTubers back then, like PewDiePie. I think he was still relatively big, but that was it. And like, we were doing pretty good.
Yeah.
And then I got a girlfriend, and then video games, ew, gay. You know. It took me a long time to come back to him, but
He figured out the reality of what he'd been learning
the
in the
touch
video
of
games.
a woman. Oh, dude, I don't want to play with you anymore. Like the scene from Toy Story, dumping Woody.
Yes.
I
There
don't
you
play
go.
with you anymore.
He found a new purpose for his joystick.
Oh my god. Do you don't play any games, do you?
Nah. No, no time. No time. Although I probably should invest some time to figure out what it is that my son is playing, just so I have an idea.
No, don't do that to him. Don't do that to him.
He offered the other day. He's like, "You want to play with me?" I'm like, I mean, like he uses the whole keyboard, like the whole keyboard.
Right.
Everything's going, and then he's got the gaming mouse, and there's just so much going on. I think if you just try and jump in, he's got the Xenoblade thing, and there's, I don't know, like just too many things happening. Because I didn't play video games past Atari, maybe Nintendo something.
Holy shit, Candy.
But my dad had all the stand-up video games, so we played those.
Like the arcade cabinets?
Yeah. Yeah, pinball machines and
Oh.
stand-up cabinets.
Are those
But-
even really video games though? Like if it's physical, that's just a game.
Maybe. I think compared to today's video games.
Like, would
where-
you consider pinball a video game? If it, like a physical version of pinball.
Not in the sense of like the digital games now, no. I don't think any pinball machines ever gave anybody like seizures or created an addiction. Now, probably some people got addicted to playing them.
For sure.
Yeah. But not
There's a lot
like
of flashing
now.
lights too, you know?
Yeah, yeah. He had one up on the screen the other day that seriously looked like some Japanese seizure something happening. I'm like, please don't play that. I don't know what that is doing to your brain, but it can't be good.
Just programming them with the flashing lights.
It was really bad.
Kill John Lennon. Kill John Lennon.
But one of his friends legit got addicted to video games. And
One of Skies?
Yeah.
What happened?
Full on addiction to it, like sneaking stuff, like breaking through his parents' passcodes to get into playing in the middle of the night under the covers, like full on 2 weeks of sweating and withdrawals and
Oh, man.
bad.
I
bad.
remember
and I don't
those
know
days.
if it's just him or what he was playing that was causing that.
Do you know what he was playing?
I don't know, whatever 12-ish year olds play. I don't know.
Probably Roblox.
Something like that.
Dude, Roblox is
Yeah.
bad, bro. Like, I've never played I take this back. So, Roblox is like one of these games where you can kind of do whatever you want. Like, it's like a game within a game where you can like create these worlds, servers, and like I've seen people do some insane stuff with it. I never played it, but a buddy of mine was like showing me. He like streamed it to me and showed me what it was about. And dude, it's like, if your kid is playing Roblox, you got to get him off of them. You got to get him off that game, dude.
I think that was what it is. Because when he comes over now, he's like, he can't be.
Can't even
touching-
look at him.
No.
Can't even look at the TV.
No.
You sit in that corner, boy.
Yeah. So it's a lot of go outside and do this, go outside and run through the woods and get out of the house, get away from the digital addictions. But it's scary to see how fast it changes somebody. And it's all intentional. I mean, like I even see like, you know, adults addicted to the scroll, and I mean, it just like changes and all. But for the kids, like they don't stand a chance because they're just kind of being programmed into a ADD, ADHD mentality.
Oh, like with their TV shows. I mean, they're getting spawn camped by these TV shows like Coco Melon, or I think is it Coco Melon? They did a study on where they showed that it was like the color pattern that they use and the time in between scenes is like chemically formulated to grab maximum attention of a child. And it like gets a stranglehold on these kids. And they're like the parents are like, please just stop crying. Here's an iPad. Watch Coco Melon. You know what I mean? And like they're getting spawn camped. You know, they're getting right out of the gate. Like these kids are screwed from the beginning, you know?
But you look at it from just a productive society, and just getting people to pay attention to what you need to tell them is crazy. Like just getting people to listen to the words coming out of your mouth and acknowledge them. You can see that people are having more and more and more of like a comprehension issue just because they can't. I don't know. It's a very strange thing to see how people are just have no ability to pay attention to anything.
I'm sorry, what? Yeah, no, I get it. That sentence was hard to make it through. I understand exactly.
Yeah, exactly. But hey, you know what? We'll just see what happens. I think I'm looking at retirement in some years, and I think a digital detox, 100-acre farm sounds really nice.
Oh, hell yeah, Candy.
Nice
There'll
be a
shop.
permanent residency for Dan. He's already like,
she's got the little shop for me, and it's just me breaking stuff all day long.
Yeah.
Like, how's it going, Dan? Fucked as always.
Yeah. I have to have like some restraining things, you know, to keep people from just like freaking out and running away.
You mean like a fence?
That too, yeah.
Or like maybe like a long range rifle?
Can you imagine? You walk in and these people have been there for a week and they're in the jitters for their like any kind of digital device, and they're like searching you. Give me a calculator or something.
Please let me just scroll Instagram for 5 seconds. I need my fix. Give me TikTok, please.
Yeah.
Hell, I'll take Facebook Reels. Give me something.
I'm telling you, dude, digital detox.
Yeah, because I think it's like TikTok is about his peak brain rot. I think it goes TikTok, then YouTube Shorts. They're very close. It is very easy to scroll YouTube Shorts, especially since it's on the TV. Like Laura and I, we'll sit there and watch food ones. Half of them are AI generated, and it'll be like, did you know that if you put eggs and flour, and it'll like do that? And I'm like, wow, that was really good. And then
But they never give you the recipe. They never give you the actual recipe.
Right.
You got to dig through that and... Yeah.
You got to just guess, you know, like what are the measurements? You know what I'm saying? It's just, did you know? And then scroll to the next one. I've completely forgotten it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like a digital flashbang. Every reel.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know what? That is a perfect segue into one of the things that I am like really frustrated with as a business person is...
What would that be, Candy?
Oh, a million things, but we'll just try and stay on some kind of topic here, Duncan. Don't let me go too far. It is absolutely just crushing so many businesses of the fight for eyeball time.
Retention.
Because
the fight for retention, yeah.
No, not necessarily retention. Because you guys, too, as content creators, you are fighting for the same eyeball time that we are.
Really? You'd
If you
consider
think
us in the
about
same
it.
space?
And you, as a human, only have so much eyeball time.
Mm-hmm.
Everything in your life, your socks, your deodorant, your pressure washer for your house, your car stuff, your medical stuff, everything is fighting for eyeball time.
Sure, yeah, especially with advertisers, you're right. I get behind that 100%.
So imagine you're a small one-person business and you're trying to get your wares in front of somebody. And yeah, you can do the Instagram store and stuff like that. That's very helpful for getting those things, but
You can only afford so much ad space.
you're still fighting against the onslaught of the companies coming from outside the country that buy up all the Instagram store slots and sell all the garbage and all that. So it's something that we've been struggling with, and we're seeing more and more articles coming out about how Google has changed their algorithms. They also owning YouTube is very difficult for businesses because think about it, like right now we have the World Cup coming here. There's no way that me or any other motorcycle company can even pay to scratch the surface of getting eyeball time with anybody that's here.
Yeah, because you have to compete with like literally billions of dollars.
Yeah. I mean, right now we're competing against whatever conglomerate owns Hidden Valley Ranch dressing because apparently all the people coming from overseas have found this addictive thing called ranch dressing here in America. And,
I've seen the reels. I've seen the shorts.
and they're trying to smuggle out ranch dressing. So how do you, like, because you guys have less growth than you did when you started because there's so many more content creators.
Way more saturated, yeah.
Way more saturated with everything. And I think people have, like, while they're still addicted to it, they still have fatigue. And just like what you said, like, you guys sit down, and this is the equivalent of when cable TV first came out and gave 100 channels to everybody at home, and everybody sat there and they clicked the remote, and the saying was like, you know, there's 100 channels, there's 300 channels, and there's nothing on.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now we have 500,000 channels, and there's nothing on.
There's still nothing on.
There's still nothing on. And at what point does it just like break society?
Right.
You know, and it's something that I think we kind of need to get a handle on because it's only allowing the separation of the haves and the have-nots. Because if you are not a massive conglomerate that can buy $100,000 worth of Google ads a day, how do you work your way in there?
Right. Like, how does a mom and pop store survive compared to, like, let's say Amazon or whoever's paying these billions of dollars for their ad space, right?
Yeah, because let's just stick it within the motorcycle industry. So you have these, you know, a couple of companies that own lots and lots of stuff. So obviously they have way bigger ad dollars. If they decide to crank up the ad dollars, they can pretty much, unless the algorithm is written to be fair, which it's not going to be, because they're going to go with the people that are getting the most.
Right.
So if X business that's the largest business in the motorcycle industry just decided to crank it up and say, okay, we're going to just put all of our ad spend into, you know, the retargeting, and we're just going to sponsor the crap out of everything on, you know, Meta so that it is just like flooding the feeds. One, would they allow that to happen? But two, is that going to put any of the other dealerships, big ones, small ones, medium ones, do you even get seen anymore? Like, because we have no idea. They say that we get all these impressions, and they say that we get all this
the
stuff.
analytics, who knows? How do you vet it?
Right. And, you know, there's been times where we've boosted stuff. I'm like, oh, that did pretty good. Let's see who it is. So this very specifically was things that we targeted to a very small area, like Marietta. And we get however many interactions with it. And I go and I really start looking at the people that were engaging with it, and they're not even from here. And it's like, So is this all just trickery? Is any of this, like, are you really able to engage with your audience? Are you really able to get in front of the people who are looking for your product or who may be interested in your product? And I just think it needs to be something that whatever entity, the FTC, somebody needs to really look at it, because anybody in business, whatever business you are in, this is a big, big, big deal. And, you know, I was reading an article yesterday from one of the companies that develops websites for the power sports industry. And it was an article on the changes that Google made where the cost per clicks are going up and the engagement is going down.
Oversaturation then.
Because they have just cranked on the money machine.
Right.
And yeah, you get FIFA rolled to town. So FIFA spent around the Atlanta area for the soccer. I know they gave Atlanta something like $54 million. Just Atlanta.
God damn.
Our little city right here, Marietta, got $1 million, and we don't even really have that. Well, the playing fields are just down off Franklin Gateway, so we do have some things happening, and they did a watch party and stuff.
And you know, people are pocketing it. Like, there's a lot of people who are greasing the palms and just pocketing the money.
Yeah,
like,
so
of course.
I don't know what the total spend was, because every level of the government of Georgia and all the other states received money from FIFA through FEMA, which was weird. FEMA, because also anybody who's having these games in your city, look at all the upgrade to the securities that happened. Look at all the flat cameras that got added. Look at the robot dogs. Look at the drones. So they did some good things. Like, they kind of helped with some infrastructure stuff, like if they needed road work done and all that. That's why some cities got like a big chunk of money to kind of make the areas look nice. But I noticed with all these games and any major sporting event that they're using it as an opportunity to upgrade the security to help keep you safe.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
What was it, Benjamin Franklin, who said anybody who trades safety for freedom deserves neither? I'm probably misquoting that, but it's something like that, right? Security for freedom.
Sounds familiar, but Duncan would have to correct both of us because I don't know.
Google that, forehead.
Just slap him.
Yeah, the flock cameras are pissing me off, dude. Like that whole situation. And like, I talked about this briefly in a video, but I was like, Joe Rogan just had, what's his bucket, the owner of Flock Cameras. He had the CEO on. And he just let him softball question after question after question. And just was like, oh, it's so great. It's so much better than if we didn't have this. And he was all like, yeah, great, And that was really disappointing.
I really dislike it when he has people on and he doesn't give them the hard questions.
The ones that need to be asked.
Yes. When it's like, oh man, this is so orchestrated in a way. It's like you have him right there. Everybody wants you to ask him this and you don't.
You're just going to pretend like that question. Nobody asked that question, right?
Yeah.
Like nobody wants to. I think
he'll be confrontational with some people.
If he doesn't have any skin in the game.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. So there's been several episodes where I see that he's got some very high powered person on the other side of the table and he leaves the hard questions.
Yeah.
And I don't know if maybe he's like been directed at that, or I don't know if Jamie's over there going like this to him. I don't know.
There's probably like before they do the meeting, they probably have like a brief. If I had to guess, it's kind of like, hey, don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's make this, or like, I'm assuming it's got something to do with money. Like, I don't think Joe Rogan needs money, but at the same time, there was that one guest that he had on that guessed his PIN number. You remember that episode?
Yes.
I was like, oh, he's compromised at that point.
Yeah.
And he was like, is this your PIN? And he was all like, huh. I think that was a warning.
Well, anybody can be destroyed. I mean, they can, and
by the way, I'll accept those payments. You know what I'm saying? Like, my platform is for sale, buddy. I'll shake the hand,
whatever
I'll
you
bend
want.
the knee. You offer me those, the $7,000 payments? I'll tell you about how good everybody is, if you know what I'm saying.
All right, Duncan, who is it and what did they say?
It is Ben Franklin. It says, those who would give up essential liberty to purchase a little temporary safety deserve neither liberty nor safety.
Yeah. I was close. I was ballpark. Same room.
You should make that T-shirt.
Write it all messed up, too. Get it all wrong. You can't read everything. You can't believe everything you see on the internet. I think Abraham Lincoln said that one.
Yeah, he did. Of course he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't believe everything that's written either. Back in his day. I'm sure he had some people that were smiling in his face and shooting him in the back.
Yeah, right? At least one person in particular.
Yeah. You never know. Are we having a technical issue?
What are you doing over there? Dude, you playing limbo with the chords?
Probably. All right. So anyway, the advertising thing, it is a big, big deal for everybody. Anybody in business, it is a major thing to look at. And I think everybody is seriously struggling with the ad spend.
That you reminded me of something that I wanted to bring up, but I forgot. I'm sure you're familiar with dead internet theory, right? Where like pretty much over 50% of the interactions that you have online are not real people. They're bots. And I'm sure you've seen this, the rooms full of phones that are just bot farming of people running up engagement on stuff, but they're not real people.
Yeah.
How many of those people, those impressions, let's say as a business owner, let's say that you buy 50 to 100,000 impressions, right? That's usually how it works. Like you get a range. Let's say that you buy 100,000 impressions. How many of those 100,000 people are real people? Is it distributing your ads to bots? That doesn't do you any good.
And also,
how would you even vet that?
So for an impression, just for anybody who doesn't know what an impression means, it just means that your eyes kind of went by it. Like,
it can be as simple as a scroll.
Trident. Okay, so you just saw this.
We need to email them, by the way, so that we can get them to pay for it.
Yeah. So there was however many impressions of somebody that just saw that. Does that mean that they engaged with it? Does it mean that they wanted it? No. But some company's going to say, well, 100,000 eyes saw your product, so somebody's going to come and buy it. Well, for the motorcycle industry, whatever number you want to use, which I think our numbers are kind of skewed right now, but so the standard number used to be 3% of the population were motorcyclists, so power sports people. And that number gets skewed because that's registered vehicles or dirt vehicles. You're like, what is the number? Like, what exactly? It's hard to tell. And then there's some people that own lots and lots of stuff, and there's some people that only own one thing. But if you're in a stadium and you want to run a motorcycle specific ad, and you're talking about there's less than 3% in that stadium that is even interested in your product, like why would you even bother? Like it's throwing a grain of sand into the ocean sometimes. It's
Okay.
so broad. And where do people get, like if you're looking for something, where do you go? What do you do? Because now people have a way of like, you can just block out whatever you don't want, for platforms that'll allow you to pay a subscription to not have any ads.
Like
which-
YouTube Premium or
Yeah.
Twitch has that too. If someone subscribes, you don't see ads.
So people are able to insulate themselves tremendously. And I know we're like a hyper consumer society right now as it is, but from a business person standpoint, I feel very, very, very bad for people who are trying to start a business.
Oh, I can't imagine.
Yeah.
But you do bring up a good point. You're saying like, why would you advertise at a stadium for something like motorcycles? But like at the
I
same
wouldn't,
time,
but I'm saying like just a case study, like you have a large group of people.
yeah.
And you're like, oh,
But those people
motorcycles
are all 100% verified as real people. There's
Yeah.
no bots if they're in the stadium,
Yeah.
and they can't block it out. I mean, it's in big screens in front of their face. There's mascots on the field promoting it. Like, you have someone's undivided attention. Like, worst case scenario, they're scrolling on their phone.
Yeah.
Then the phone is picking up and hearing that the ads talking about, oh, Trident, whatever. And when they get home, they're gonna be like, have you tried triple bubble mint gum?
Maybe you'd hope so, but again, you're gonna pay for the stadium impressions,
Yeah.
and
You're gonna
then
pay top dollar for them too.
yeah, you're gonna pay top dollar. But then also a lot of people who see those retargeting ads, it almost, I think for me, it's irritating.
What if
Yeah,
you see
like
the
if-
same ad more than once?
So for women's stuff, of course, because women are the larger consumers, you go and look at a pair of shoes, and that damn ad is going to follow you freaking everywhere. Everywhere. It's going to show up on any sidebar with retargeting ads. If I didn't have a paid YouTube, it would show up on every YouTube thing. And then it also kind of cross-pollinates. So I have to be super careful what I look at, because many times in my office when I'm going over stuff with them, I'll pull up things and put it on a big flat screen on the wall. And, I don't want them seeing what kind of shoes I'm looking at or whatever, but it just will follow you around. And being a business owner where your phone number is tied to freaking everything.
Yeah.
And then you get your phone number stuck into your computer somehow, and then everything's cross-pollinating. It's, it is just, there's no separation of being able to say, I don't want this advertising here because it's at work. I don't want all this, but you go and you look on Facebook for anything, or you look anywhere on the internet, and it will just, the little pixels will just follow you around.
Yeah.
So for people who understand that, I don't know that that's an effective strategy, because a lot of people it'll annoy. Other people that don't realize it, they're like, it's speaking to me. Every time I open this, it's like these shoes are there. They're meant to be mine.
I have to have them.
I have to have
the
them.
universe is telling me.
Yes.
I'm a Scorpio. I have to have this.
Possibly. So anyway, it is a really huge problem to kind of sort out, especially because Google is such a massive force and so many people use it, and they own they own so many things. Like if you've never looked into them, look up Alphabet Company, look up everything they own. It is absolutely insane. They own everything that can create a data point of your life from beginning to end and everything in between. And it is the fact that they're so in charge of businesses in how you can be having exposure or not having exposure by the stroke of an algorithm. It is something that I think needs to really be looked at,
Okay.
for sure.
I'm interested. I'll have to go and do the research and see how much they own. Because, I know Google is this massive conglomerate, and they've got their subsidiaries, right? They've got their small businesses, too, because I think they just got in
I don't
trouble.
think they have anything that is small.
Well, right. But they got in trouble, was it like 2 or 3 years ago, for owning too much underneath the Google umbrella? So they had to reincorporate under something else. I want to
It's
say.
kind of like when eBay and PayPal were owned by the same thing.
Oh,
They had to
yeah.
break them up. But, it doesn't matter. You just take one board member from this company that was on this one, and you just, okay, we'll split them up.
Right. It's different on paper, but it's the same. It's the
Yeah.
same suit and ties running the
Right.
business.
It is. It is. And that's I think, like, my overall point is, like, if we're to try and stop the, corporate takeover of the mom and pop businesses, it's like, how do you do that? How do you approach it?
I don't even know how you dismantle that. Like, I mean, you'd have to do it from the inside, but like through legislation, I would assume, right? Through like writing laws. But at the same time, like they'll just find more loopholes
Yeah.
because that's how it's always
Well,
worked.
and also the government works their way through the corporations because while the government might not be able to restrict this or restrict that, you know, if you want to use this company's services or you want to buy something from them, you got to agree to their terms and conditions.
Mm-hmm.
So they can hide whatever they want in there.
Yeah, which nobody reads, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. I tried to make my son read it the other day on something that he was buying, and you have to check through that you read all the terms and conditions. I'm like, yeah, go ahead, read that. And he's like, scroll.
It's like you could be scrolling, you could be signing your life away. You have no idea,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Yeah. It is. It's just something to hide behind. It's like, okay, everything that we want to, you know, observe of you or take from you, you're agreeing to. And you can't fight it because you check the box that says, you know, we're doing it.
Like, oh, you're contractually obligated.
We can
you know?
put stuff onto your computer and look at everything that you've got. And I mean, who knows? Maybe they put a little keylogger on there. You
I
never
bet
know.
they do, though. I mean,
They
like,
might.
I think South Park made a funny episode about that where
Yeah.
it was like, you didn't read the user agreement? He's like, no. And he ends up becoming like a human centipede. They like sew them together. Like, I was in
Yeah.
your contract. They said you said we could do this.
You never know.
Yeah, you never know. I don't read them. Like, I couldn't tell you. Have you ever sat down and read, like when you buy a new phone, have you ever sat down and read what they have in the user agreement?
I used to, but they've gotten longer and longer and longer and longer.
Oh, they're freaking books now.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I I read a lot of contract stuff, so there's some times that I will read it. But the terms and conditions, I mean, the facts are the facts. You don't want to check the box, you might as well, you can't use it. So it's that struggle. Do I want to check the box and know that they're going to be looking at everything that I do and trying to download and pull my pictures and pull my, you know, that's the decision you have to make. Do you
Yeah.
want the product? Then that's what they're going to do.
Yeah. Is there any alternative? That's another
Yeah.
thing is like there's not really any alternatives to that.
Yeah.
Because like even if you decide not to go with Apple or Android or whatever, you know, Samsung or whoever that you want to go with, let's say that you find a third party phone that has none of that crap. You still have to accept the service agreement for the carrier provider.
Correct.
Which is, you got like three of them. You got Comcast / Verizon, you got AT&T, and then what Mint Mobile I think is pretty popular right now. They used to be, or I don't know if they used to be Sprint.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't matter because
they all have the same agreement, is all.
whatever layering there is, like say that the company that owns the cell towers.
Yep.
Like it could be one of the phone companies or it could be a third party that collects every bit of data that goes through it.
Every drop.
You know, it's insane
Every letter
to
you
think
type.
about. Yeah, it's insane to think about that can happen just over the air. That everything that we send to each other is intercepted out there.
Now some of the agreements are making you accept AI ones where they can use your likeness to train AI.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I think they've already been doing that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And like we go back to when they first started the CAPTCHA where you click on all the pictures.
I am not a robot.
Yeah.
Click all the stoplights.
We're doing ourselves in. They're making a game out of it.
Yeah, you're just training the system.
Just training the system.
It's like,
Think
hey,
about
to
how
unlock
long
these
that's
nuclear
been out
launch
there.
codes, click on all the buses.
Yeah,
You know?
there you go. Like that game, or it's not a game, it's a psychological thing where you're like pushing a button in one room and you hear somebody screaming in the other, and they give you an ultimatum of like you kill the person to save 100 people or not.
Oh yeah, the train tracks thing where it's like, do you flip the switch and kill 5 people,
Yeah.
or let it go and kill one person, or vice versa?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, that's
What
a
would you
tough
do?
dilemma. Depends on who it was on the tracks. I
you don't.
guess.
I guess let's say you don't know nobody.
I don't know. I think I just wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Probably. Like you'd have to really put me in that position to make me do it, and I'd.
Like, can you interview them before you do it? Like,
Yeah.
hey, have you been convicted of anything? You ever?
Yeah.
No, but I did stay at a. Oh, what's it? Oh shit, I can't remember. I was gonna make a joke, but I messed it up.
They were at a P Diddy party.
A P Diddy. Yeah, have you ever been to a P Diddy party? Click.
Yeah. No, I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to say because there's people who have to make that decision every day. Honestly, I mean, you know, worldwide, there's people who make that decision every day.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well, we got to go in and take this guy out, but we're going to take these people out too.
Did they do anything bad? I don't know, but they're in between us and what we need. So
That's why the video games are
back to
there.
the lobby.
See?
Yeah. Yeah. Back to
Dan
the
would have
lobby.
no problem going in and mowing them down.
It depends. Are they children or not? Because that matters.
Are they zombie children or not?
Yeah. In Minecraft. Oh my gosh. What you drinking there, Candy? You got chocolate milk?
My perpetual coffee, remember?
Oh yeah,
my-
yeah.
My
It's a
protein
stew.
collagen. Yeah.
A stew.
It's my lunch replacement coffee with the proteins. Hey, we were talking about the need of a very, very high quality motorcycle movie.
Right. Yes.
And that's why I have this here, because the guy,
I wanted to free my chin from that, by the way.
you're going to end up with a little heat rash
Oh,
there.
the thing was, I saw a photo of me wearing it, and it just like completely eliminates my chin, which is the only strong feature that I have.
Oh,
you
is
know?
it? I thought it was your toes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those two.
Yeah. Anyway, Isle of Man's been going on. I don't know if you've seen any of that coverage, but it's absolutely fantastic. Best racing in the world. Like, just no holds
brutal.
barred. Like, the men of all men are going there and just absolutely taking the machines to the brink of whatever they can do.
And they're insane, too.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is the scariest motorsport there is. It's the
Yeah.
biggest balls. You're right. It's the
Yeah.
biggest balls out of any motorsport there is Isle of Man.
Yeah. And the guys that are going there, they're like, I'm either seeing the flag or I'm dying. One of the two. And they're fine with it. They're fine with it. Like for one of those races to go by without a fatality is incredible. But all the people who get in there, they know that is a very distinct possibility.
Yeah.
And
They
it's-
plan on it.
Yeah. And some of those guys that have been going for however many years you can do it with physical stamina, I think that some of them are like, that's how I want to go up. If I could pick my way out and go down there.
Trying to beat that lap record.
Yeah.
Because someone just recently set
Yes.
the fastest lap record there is, right?
Yes.
I think we saw a
Yes.
YouTube video on him the other day.
Yes. But what was super exciting is I hope we will get our F1 movie, our F1 likeness, or Ford versus Ferrari likeness, meaning
For-
just super high quality for motorcycling, because there is an Isle of Man movie supposedly rumored to be being made.
Oh yeah, who's starring in it? Is it Channing Tatum?
Channing Tatum.
Is it Channing Tatum?
Yes. Maybe.
Yeah.
I think so. I hope so.
I think that's confirmed, isn't it? They're
I think
filming.
so. Yeah. I just want them to do a superb job, because we have enough cheeseball movies. We need a very, very, very super high quality.
Dude, like a Ford versus
A-list.
Ferrari
Yes.
would be like that movie. I don't cry very often.
Yeah.
Like the national anthem gets me every time. 7,000 Go Like Hell. That one gets me every time. I'm like 7,000 Go Like Hell. That gets me so hyped. We need something. You're right. We need something like that for motorcycles, because we
do.
don't have it.
We do.
The closest we have is like John Wick. We got like 3 or 4 cool motorcycle scenes, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's, there's a lot of, I guess you call it the secondary role actors, on the motorcycles, but it's always the gangsters on the motorcycles,
Yeah.
typically. Or, your star is making a quick getaway on a motorcycle that just kind of appears out of nowhere. But Triumph and Ducati have been doing a really good job of placing their bikes in movies, and they did a lot when Netflix was filming here. There was quite a few series that had motorcycles in them, and mostly Ducati and Triumph had a lot of spots in them. And we sold and rented tons of bikes, when there was a lot of filming going on
Right.
here. That was a lot of fun.
You said you'd sold to like Lawrence Fishburne, right? Back in the day?
No, he rented bikes from us a couple of times while he was here filming Ant-Man.
yeah.
Ant-Man was filmed here.
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of a question. I think it was that one. Yeah, he was very cool. And it was so funny because, we always try and give people, any VIPs, we try and kind of just give them their space and keep people from seeing them, because we just want them to come in and just be like a normal person.
Right.
Like, we don't roll out the red carpet. We actually offer like off-hour services too, if they just want to come in and get their stuff and leave. And we do a really good job of usually not having a fuss made over the people. But when Lawrence was at the counter in the old building, this guy from across the showroom sees him. And I'm like, how can you even like,
Recognize
why would
someone.
you even scream across a room about somebody being in there? Because you're like, that guy looks like him. That guy kind of looks like him.
Neo,
Yeah. No, he was like, hey, yo, it's
take the
dude.
red pill.
He's like,
shouting
yo,
across-
it's dude from,
Biker Boys.
I think
It's
that's what he
Biker
said.
Boys.
I think that's what he said, something like that. And I was like,
Good movie, by the way. That's That's our Fast and the Furious.
Yes, yeah.
Biker
But-
Boys is banging.
Yeah, and I tried to collect, I do try and collect lots of the movie motorcycle posters and stuff like that, just because it's something fun to do. But, seeing him kind of close his eyes, like, "Oh, I was almost out of here."
He's like, I was like, that's close.
Yeah. And I guess, it's just something that they just have to deal with. But we do get quite an assortment of high profile people through for lots of different reasons. And it's always nice for them to just be able to put a helmet on and just go be a normal person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It gives them that, like, unless you're Jay Leno, you can put on a helmet and completely forget who you are.
Yeah. If you're Jay, you can kind of get by.
You see my
until they
chin
see
stick
that
down to
profile.
Hawaii, you know?
Yeah. But, him being out there in California, I think nobody really cares about any kind of
Oh,
celebrity
they know
out
it's him
there.
when he rolls around on that Y2K. They're
Yes.
like, oh, who owns that?
Yeah, exactly. But, I think it's a good thing for people to be able to just chill and relax. And that's why so many celebrities like motorcycles, because they can be incognito and just be out there. They can roll up anywhere as long as they don't take their helmet off. Like everybody
Yeah.
just treats them like the next person. So that's.
I think that also, sorry to cut you off.
You're
I think
fine.
that is also a problem with making motorcycle movies, is that it's hard to put these A-list actors in a helmet for 50% of the movie. You know what I'm saying? There's not a lot of actors who like being on. I think that was an issue when they made the Formula One movie with
Mm-hmm.
Senna, and I forget who played. It was Chris Hemsworth, and the other guy. I cannot remember him, but he's a great actor too.
Mm-hmm.
But they were in helmets for the majority of the movie, and it's like they were complaining during the movie that it's hard to put these like A-list celebrities in helmets and have their face hidden for the majority of the movie. Nobody wants to do that.
Yeah.
Well,
I
it's
can
like
understand
you're paying
that.
for somebody's why not just pick anybody at that point?
Yeah. Well, I think with motorcycles, because you can have the cameras like right on the front of the bike and you do have a bigger view of the people's faces.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Or you could do Tom Cruise where you just don't wear a helmet in Mission Impossible.
true.
That scene is brutal. It's
I would
so
not recommend anybody to film Isle of Man racing without a helmet on, though.
cool. No.
Please don't do that.
Hell no.
We'll just believe that it's you riding at 300 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Yeah.
And it's also hard to find these like celebrities who ride motorcycles. A lot of their PR teams and stuff don't let them when they're filming movies. They kick them off of bikes because if they get hurt during the filming, it like ruins their contracts.
Anybody that does any kind of stunt work, though, I mean, they still have the possibility of getting injured too.
right, but don't they swap out for? I mean, like obviously they're going to pull.
For the harder stuff, they'll give a body double, but they do so much computer generated stuff anyway. I mean, if you've watched how they make half the movies now, it's green screen and actors hanging from wires
Yeah.
and stuff
I mean,
like that.
every Marvel
so-
movie is literally just a green room.
Yeah. But it would be really interesting to see how they would film on the Isle of Man to capture all of that, and probably just more the drama stories behind it. The pit areas and the hotels and the journey to get there and like all that stuff, and like the racing. Probably overall is not going to be a huge part of that because you want to build up on whatever the drama is.
Yeah.
And then of course we'll have to have our sad moment and our happy moment and
Where the hero triumphs,
yeah.
If they could give us like, I would say if they could give us a good Isle of Man movie and a good Group B rally movie,
Yeah.
I mean, those are just some of the most hardcore motorized sports there are.
Paris Dakar would be awesome.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that's another, like, you got to have some serious grit and stamina for that. I actually was lucky enough to see, I was traveling from Europe to the North Africa, and you get on a ferry. And when I was going back and landed in the dock, a bunch of the motorcycles were getting on. And at the time, I didn't recognize what it was. I'm like, oh my God, it was part of the Paris Dakar round.
Yeah.
That was amazing to be able to see that tiny little glimpse of it. But, people need to do harder things. People need to do hard things.
I think that's also probably what's kept movies away from doing hardcore motorcycle stuff, because it's like almost hard to associate with. It's like such a dangerous. It's like Isle of Man, for instance, is like the scariest. People every year die. Almost every year there's a
Yeah,
death.
but it's no different than any other racing.
Well, I mean, you
period.
look at Formula One now. Formula One, their cars are like double in size because there's so much more safety equipment. Especially when I remember people were upset. Fans were upset when they introduced the halo. the big T halo that goes around people. Like, oh, now I can't watch my favorite guy die. It's like,
Yeah.
why would you be upset by that? You know how many people have been saved by the halo?
Yeah.
A lot.
Well, same with motorcycle racing. You know, the air vests have helped a lot of people.
Yes.
I had 2 accidents, and it was absolutely insane the difference it made with that airbag going off. I mean, I walked away. I had a brake failure at Road Atlanta coming up turn 1 up into the chicane up at the top. So it was like 130 miles an hour, no brakes. I had to go to the rear
Uh-oh.
brake. It's on YouTube. It's a good one.
Win before, but this is a different BMW.
Yeah, different BMW. Not only that, but also a totally different team. Oh, Jeff Mee.
Whoa! Big crash, and unfortunately, the bike is still.
And it was either drill Corey Alexander in front of me who was leading the race, or go left and go straight into a wall. So I laid on the rear brake, laid the bike down, missed both of them. Airbag goes off. Not a bump, not a bruise on me. And as I'm crashing, I'm like, this is hilarious. I feel like I'm wrapped in bubble wrap, like I'm bouncing and it's squishy and it's protecting me. Like, this is the coolest thing in the world.
A lot of people.
Those are
saved a lot of
so
people.
nice.
And, you know, people who go into any kind of racing, people who fly helicopters, small planes, whatever, people who get on a kayak and go out in the ocean,
Yeah.
inherent risk. Okay. You accept that inherent risk, but that's how humanity has gone to the next level. It's always been a risk. I mean, what if the Wright brothers never decided to try and, you know, get that little plane off the ground? There's always risk to take you to the next level. Like, you know, you're going to be the first person to try and fly the whatever they're going to call it to Mars. Are you going to be that person?
Me, I'll be the second one.
Yeah.
I'd be cool with being the second one.
Right.
Right. Maybe the third.
Yeah.
That first one, though, absolutely not.
But there's no area of humanity in growth that hasn't been subject to risk.
Right.
Because if you think about sciences, even like you think back 50 years of when they first started, like when technologies are merging, you know, and the guy like developed the microwave, you know, he walked by something and it melted the chocolate bar in his pocket. And he's like, huh, that's interesting. Well, what kind of exposure did he get? What did he die from? Every leap of man comes with an inherent risk of somebody in the front side of things. And I think racing keeps people, whatever type of racing it is, it keeps people tethered to that excitement of what can we do?
Greatness
How-
comes not without sacrifice.
Correct. Like it is who can be the fastest, who can be this, who can be that. And anybody that gets out into that racing environment is pushing themselves. They're pushing themselves. They're pushing the machine. They're pushing the whatever it is, the tractor. You know, I mean, you get some good lawn tractor races every now and then. Somebody
Hell yeah,
might
brother.
lose a toe.
Oh, no. Oops.
Yeah. So the danger part of it is something that I think makes people feel alive. You know, especially now where people can get so just caught up in digital stuff and people forget what it feels like to be alive because, you know, the dopamine restriction to just your screen, that is a huge factor in people. But I think when people get that jolt of adrenaline, there's nothing better than that.
Yeah.
To be like, oh man, whether it's because you scared yourself or you were happy about something or, you know, that is what we need to be having to push ourselves, take ourselves to the next level.
I agree with that. I'm almost worried that like social media has numbed that. You know, like I see it a lot with like the stunting world. You know, like I've seen like Rodney and Guru do some of the most insane stunts ever, right? And then people will just watch. Like they won't clap or cheer anything like that. It's because they've seen. It's like you have no idea how much effort and work it took to master these stunts. You know, and it's like you can only do so much amazing stuff before like the mind becomes just accustomed. Oh, that's just what everybody does.
It's all desensitized.
Yeah,
And
it's kind of like numbing. You know, you have to do some crazy stuff like launch a rocket to Mars in order to get any sort of recognition anymore. It feels like.
well, that is, again, that goes back to, you know, businesses struggling for attention because, you know, we're always trying to figure out like, how do we get people to look at our stuff? And you have to do something different. You have to do something crazy. And there's only so many different and crazy things that can be done. And I think everybody is just getting fatigue of seeing the wildest thing.
Yeah.
Or, the sensational, wildest things always do well, but then there's no retention behind it. People are always looking for the street takeovers to go wrong. They're looking for, the fatality type stuff. And that is the downside of the social media, pushing the younger kids out on these sport bikes to do stupid stuff. And then, they get all upset when somebody dies. Well, sorry, dudes, and chicks, you're going to get out there and play like that. Again, go to the Isle of Man. It's an inherent risk. You get on that motorcycle and you want to do stupid things, you might win a stupid prize. And that could be, making more people hate motorcycles because they're dangerous when you use them in the incorrect capacity.
Yeah, 100%.
So, if I could just have $1 for every time somebody hears what I do and they go, oh, motorcycles are so dangerous. I'm like, do you have stairs in your house? You know how many people die
going down there.
falling downstairs every year?
Yeah, don't let rice sit out for too long. You know what I'm saying? It's like you get 24 hours on rice and then it'll kill you if you eat it, or something like that.
Yeah.
It's just like...
That's another YouTube short.
Yeah.
These 6 household items that... terrifying. Like,
I
whenever
hate
you
those.
hear the word terrifying, it's AI.
Yeah, I hate those because like I'll watch them and then I'll be afraid of rice for like a month. I'm like, oh, I don't want to drink. I don't want to eat rice now. It's so scary. I'll be like, because Laura's gotten really big on cooking rice. I'll be like,
Yeah.
how long has that rice been sitting out? She's like, oh, like an hour. I'm like, all right, it's still good.
It's because it's processed garbage rice. Like, 10 years ago, you could do it no problem. You could leave everything out on the
Yeah.
shelf, sitting out on the counter. Fine, no problem. There's certain things I'll leave out. Like, I'll cook bacon. It sits out on the counter for 3 days.
Bacon can be out. Like,
Yeah.
dude, when I was growing up, pizza was a countertop item. Pizza would sit out on the counter. And I
But
never
now the
thought
stuff
anything-
is so old when it gets to you. All this box stuff
Yeah.
is like, it's got an expiration date on it, but how long was it sitting in some warehouse or a freezer for,
Right.
You don't know how old this stuff is at all.
Yeah.
Like, I buy a lot of vegetables and I'll get a carrot sometimes and I'll look at it and I'm like, just how old is this? Like how long did the grocery store chain have it? Like, how long did it sit in a warehouse? How long did it sit in the grocery store? Because it's certainly been sitting in my drawer for like 4 weeks and it's looking just fine. But
Regular
how
carrot.
old is it?
Yeah. It's like, what's even real anymore? Like ice cream. Have you heard any of this stuff about ice cream? How it's like, I'm even seeing news reports talking about how the ice cream isn't melting anymore. And like none of the stuff that we get
None
is
of
actually
that
ice
makes
cream.
it into my house.
Right.
Period.
Yeah.
No, I make so many, well, we don't eat very much anyway, but I do make a lot of stuff for those reasons. But yeah, we have the commercial stuff that we sell here sometimes, and it's weird, like kids will, I don't like to sell it very often because then we end up with ice cream on motorcycles in the carpet and that irritates me. But,
Imagine.
half an ice cream sandwich just laying over there in the park and it's like, it's still there days later.
And it looks exactly how it looked like coming out of the package.
I have the best theory on foodstuffs. If you drop something somewhere outside and no bugs eat it, no ants attack it, you
Right.
probably shouldn't be eating it.
Right.
That should be the guiding light for anything. You want to see how chemicalized your food is, go put it outside next to an ant pile. And if the ants are like, get that away from us,
If ants don't
probably
want it,
shouldn't be eating it.
I don't think I want it either.
No, not at
Yeah.
all. Not at all. So, well, speaking of motorcycles being dangerous, I think we need more motorcyclists on the road.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. I know you and I have been talking about how America in general needs to treat motorcycles as more of like a transportation item than like a luxury item, right? If the weather's out, like if the weather's nice, you see bikes, and it's usually like old dudes on Harleys or like dudes on sport bikes.
Well,
you know,
here on
like-
Cobb Parkway, we see tons of younger riders, which is awesome. Tons of them. Tons.
Yeah, but if you look at like countries like India, not to compare America to India, I would never do that to us, but it's like mostly motorcycles and scooters.
Well, all the countries except ours. I'm thinking.
Like here in America, we have families of like 3 and they'll have 6 cars.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
why do you need that many cars?
No, I really think that we're the only ones that don't treat motorcycles as mandatory, necessary transportation.
Yeah.
But I think that
I gotta have my
tied.
big pickup truck, Candy.
I
gotta have my
know.
big pickup truck. I hadn't towed anything in 2.5 years, but I need my big pickup truck.
Yes. Well, you always have to have it in case your friends need you to help them move.
Right.
That's when your truck comes in handy when your friends need it. But I think we're at the pinnacle because we are hearing a lot from the auto industry about how the auto debt is the highest it's ever been.
Yeah,
And
it's in the
people are
trillions, I
so
think.
upside down on their cars with, everybody bought, not everybody, but a lot of people bought overpriced cars during COVID and stuff. And we're seeing a massive, massive amount of people who are just suffering from their monthly payments on cars.
And dealerships are too, because you'll have car dealerships where cars are sitting for 2-3 years.
Yeah, because people aren't trading them in because they can't, because they're so upside down on them.
Exactly.
So we really hope that our message that we were starting, we've been talking about it the last 2 years, is for your lifestyle, for the people who have lifestyles that can handle riding a motorcycle most of the time, sell that expensive car or truck that you've got. And I mean expensive payment, sell that off. Get a motorcycle. New motorcycle, used motorcycle, get a motorcycle. You are going to save yourself hundreds of dollars a month, and we will be safer when more motorcycles are on the road, because then people are looking for them more often. And for people who just can't get over the danger part of it, every intersection you come to is going to be your most vulnerable spot, because 50% of the people who are injured is because somebody turns left in front of them. Armed with that knowledge, side streets and intersections are your point where you are head on a swivel.
Yeah.
You got somebody in that turn lane over there, you stare them down, you flash your lights, you get ready to evade and avoid. And there's certain intersections around town that are way worse than others for getting people. Whether it's the angle of the road or whatever, it just happens to be like where a bunch of older people live and they can't see. I don't know what it is.
And that should be common knowledge even if you own a car. Like,
Correct.
That's not something that is like specific to owning a motorcycle. That should be knowledge that you have anyway if you're driving in a community.
Yes.
You should know what intersections are to look out for.
Yeah. So if you go into it, take the safety course, but also understand intersections are your danger points. That's already going to improve your outcome tremendously. But having more motorcycles, like if you're riding to work and somebody is working with you and riding a motorcycle, try and pair up and ride in together. But with all of this debt, we've seen a lot of very, very, very irresponsible financial stuff happening with people.
Oh, yeah.
And so let's just say, like, any average dealership is getting however many inquiries for financing over the weekends. And the ratio of terrible credit has just like gone up like crazy. And we're talking about people trashing their credit for stupid, stupid things. So the other day we were having a chuckle about somebody actually has a charge off from Chuck E. Cheese, which I don't even know how this is possible.
A charge off?
Yeah. They owed Chuck E. Cheese money somehow.
How much?
Like $140. Like
And
you're
it's on
going to
their
beat
credit?
them. Yes. I don't know. It was very weird.
That is very weird.
It is very weird, but like we're really evaluating all these things because we also started a program. We have a company now that has a program for people with more challenged credit because like got to do something. Like the industry, cars and motorcycles, power sports, we got to do something because there's way too many people who did not learn any financial responsibility. If you take out a loan, you need to pay it. You can't just say, oh, go ahead and take it back. I don't care. Like you're trashing your credit. And it's just going to cost you so much more money in the long run because you're just going to, like the longer that you take to repair your credit, the more money it's going to cost you in the long run. Yeah. So we have a company now that is helping people with challenge credit. You got to put a lot of money down, but this is the only way out for some people. So with all these people that have just got way overinflated car payments, like we're really trying to find different ways to help people save money. I mean, selfishly, yes, we want to sell more motorcycles. But at the end of the day, people need a way to have fun, save money, save on gas, especially with the gas being as volatile as it is. And motorcycling needs to be looked at differently. But also, like some of your other cohorts there in the YouTube land need to stop talking about like people aren't riding motorcycles anymore. People need to ride motorcycles now more than ever because you need to do hard stuff. It's very good for your brain. Mm-hmm. You need to save some money because nobody's going to be helping you. Like the government's not going to come and save you when you have no money. Care. They want you to have no money. So you might as well like save some money, ride a motorcycle, have fun, make new friends.
Yeah, the more dependent on the government that you are, the better it is for the government.
Yes.
They want you to be dependent on them.
Yeah.
Because then they have control over you.
Yeah. So for anybody who's got some financial situation happening, really look into it, because why can the rest of the world rely on two-wheel transportation regularly? And I mean, we're talking about like people who live in monsoon season areas that ride scooters to work every day. They can do it. You can do it. Just because you don't want to do something that's hard for a little while, you need to put yourself out there. Actually, I was listening to Andrew Huberman. Do you know who he is? Yeah, I like him. He's lucky he doesn't live closer to me because I might stalk him for a date. But he, like those brainy people, you know?
Yeah, come on now.
Yeah. So he talks about parts of your brain will actually grow when you do something you don't want to do, or when you do something that's harder.
Right.
And I think that goes back to all these people getting trapped into their phones. Like, nobody's doing anything hard. Like, just people are just taking the path of least resistance on so many things. And I think, you know, getting on that bike every day, like Duncan and somebody of the other guys do it every day. And I can tell you on those mornings where they know it's going to rain or it's going to be 105 degrees, they probably want to bring their cars, but you still see a bunch of bikes show up here every day.
Yeah. And it is hard. I will say my cutoff for riding is about 98 degrees. Anything over 98, like that 99 range, that's when it's like, for me, because, you know, I'm all the gear all the time now.
Yeah.
I got to have a jacket. I got to have gloves. I got to have boots. And that's hard.
Yeah.
It is hard.
But hot is hot. Okay. Hot is hot. And I do this thing where I see people riding, and if I can get a picture of them, I'll get a picture of them. And sometimes I give them like a little wow credit for, you know, this dude's riding a bike. He's got a safety vest on, but he has no gloves. Well, dude, come by. Let me give you some gloves.
Let me get you some gloves, buddy.
But this guy the other day, and I couldn't get close enough to get a picture of him, but he had just shorts on, no shirt, and it was pretty warm. It wasn't one of those super hot days, but I wanted to explain to him, you are making yourself way hotter by not having anything on, because the direct sun is way hotter than having a jacket on. Otherwise, you know, like, look at the people who live in the desert. Like, they're covered head to toe.
Right.
And I think a lot of people
and they're usually
don't
wearing
recognize.
white, too.
Yeah.
Like, white reflects the heat.
Yeah.
Like, my jacket is black.
Yeah. Well, we have tried, you know, we kind of always try and push high vis, because you really, you know, when you see our guys coming down the road, you can see them all the way up at that intersection. You really, really can see it. So from a visual standpoint, high vis is the way to go. However, people always defer to buying black. I joked about it that one day you're going to walk in here, there's going to be a black helmet, black jacket, black gloves. That's it. Because that's what people keep buying.
Yeah. Because, I mean, black goes good on everything.
It does, but it's hot.
It is. It's
it's
hot.
And it's nothing that, like, just think about it. Like, you're just adding that much more of a temperature difference to yourself. But, you know, high vis, reflective, lighter colored stuff. Yeah, sure, it's going to get dirty. Who cares? Jackets are so cheap nowadays. Like, most people who ride very often are buying the lesser expensive ones and just replacing it, even though they're not always got the safety features in them that some of the more expensive ones do. But, you know, go with a high vis, get your mesh jacket for the summer.
No, Candy. Here, get you a BMW S1000 RR, get you a Pista
sweatshirt.
Get you a Pista $1,800 fully carbon fiber helmet, and that's it. That's all you need.
Ripped up jeans.
Some ripped up jeans and a long sleeve T-shirt or a hoodie. That's all you need, buddy. You're set.
Hey, you know, if they've got gear on underneath them, you know, some protective stuff, then go for it.
Chase have on the other day? Did you see Chase? Chase on Two Wheels was here.
Yeah.
He had this like weird. It was basically like a thin, very thin hoodie with the padding in it, and he said it was off the chain. I got to get the brand from him. But like stuff like that, because he said that it'll hold up to road rash. You drag it behind a car or whatever, you know, which is all you really need it to hold up to.
It was very trendy some years ago to wear just the exoskeleton stuff. Alpine Star. No, it was a full thing. It was, I think we probably still have them.
The mesh with the pads in it. It looked like BMX gear or motocross gear.
Well, they kind of all those people kind of worked together in the design areas. Yeah. But that was super popular some years ago, that a couple of different companies were making it. And it's just the mesh, and it just had all the armor in place. And, you know, that definitely kind of gives you that mental feeling of being cooler, but still having impact areas. Yeah. So, you know, whatever. That's something that you should wear underneath something else.
Okay.
But I will take people putting anything on versus nothing.
Yeah.
You know, or buying a jacket and then leaving it at home because it's too hot, and then you crash and you hurt yourself.
Like when I was in college, the thing was the Icon vests, the just the vest.
Yeah.
You know, Laura had one, I had one, and I'll be honest, they feel cool. It feels like you're wearing like a bulletproof vest, dude. You're like, yeah, well, you know, I got my vest.
And when they
on.
came out with the cross pockets for guns, that was like everybody was buying them.
The cross draw holsters.
Yeah, I mean, we used to keep probably like 2 dozen of them in stock.
Really?
Yeah, we kept them all the time.
People love that shit.
Yeah, they
you
do.
know?
But times change, you know, and trends change and things. But I think whatever it is that you do, you just got to protect. Like if you like a part of your body, you need to put protective gear on it.
Yeah.
And the cost of things, although the cost of things have kind of gone back up, but you know, you can, if you go the extra mile and get the better gear, it's going to last way longer. If you buy the cheap kind of what we call one season, you're going to get one season out of it. You buy
Yeah.
gloves less than $30, you're going to be buying another pair before the season's over.
Ask
so,
me how I know. Where's my
Yeah,
gloves
I
at,
know.
dude? Let me go get my gloves.
Yeah.
They're literally falling apart.
Yes.
Because
And-
I cheaped out on a pair of gloves.
Yes. So you can do it however you want, but just know that the cheaper stuff you're going to buy more of. If you buy the nicer stuff, you're going to have that for twice as long, maybe even 3 times as long if you really go for the higher quality stuff. And then it's just going to feel better, and you know everything kind of gets all nice and broken in, but it doesn't get like cheap loose, if you know what I mean.
There was a leather jacket that you and I agreed on. I have a leather jacket from, is it XSX or SXS? Something like that. Mm-hmm. You got me it a long time ago.
Yeah.
And every year I still wear that thing during the winter. And
Yeah.
it is still, it's an expensive jacket. It's like
Yeah.
a $300 or $400 leather jacket. But man, that is the most comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
It is the most protective. I love that thing. And it is absolutely worth it to spend the money on the gear. Buy once.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's a phrase for it, but like you buy it once, you won't regret it.
Yeah. There was a brand called Heingerich that used to make some really nice quality, real supple leather.
Supple.
You know, like it's not the cheap stuff that you get now. There's, I think, 3 different tiers of leather, and you've got, I think, I don't know, I'd have to look it up, but you have that kind of leather over there, like on that couch that is falling apart, and that's actual leather. And then, you know, everybody's familiar with that. It feels real dry and it breaks and it cracks.
Yeah, it cracks.
So that's what we're seeing a lot of the leather stuff.
And then this is the
being
good
made of
leather
now.
right here.
That's the good
This is
leather
that
right there.
good
Yeah, that's
leather.
probably
That's
what they
that
call top
gush
grade.
cush right here.
Yes.
Tell you what.
Yeah, that's actual proper leather versus that leather over there, which was probably, you know, like one step away from, dog treat.
Oh yeah, like not enough to give to the dog, so we go.
Yeah, we're gonna make some couch covering over it, out of it. But the Heingerich used to make some, and they probably still do. They just don't import them, or if they import them, I'm unaware of them. But we had a guy here who had a couple of the jackets, and he had ridden forever and ever. And he'd have the jacket for like 20 years and then get pissed because the zipper finally breaks. And he's like, man, I got to get a new jacket now.
It's like,
I'm
bro, you've been running the same jacket for 20
crashed in it like 10 times. And, you know, it just gets that well-worn patina. And, you know, you don't get that if you don't buy
Yeah.
the nice stuff. And then you get to hang on to it forever. And then you get that. It's something that, you know, they buy and spend a lot of money on for a film, that they get the nice, well-worn leather jackets, like the biker, the police jackets with the flapped out collars that,
Oh,
you know, you get people in recycling shops now that
the bomber jackets. I think.
No, bomber jacket's different.
No.
This is like it's called a police jacket. It's the black leather with the thick silver zipper, and it had the 2 flaps that would come down on either
The
side.
collar.
Kind of a collar thing.
Kind of like William Dafoe's custom made Hugo Boss jacket for that one film where it's got the. Anyway.
Possibly. I don't know. But not the Top Gun from like what Tom Cruise would wear. Not
Okay.
that. This is a police jacket. You get people that will pay big money for original ones that are just super well worn, and the leather is like as soft as that couch, but you gotta ante up for that, because now you're just going to get that crumbly stuff that's coming from, I guess Pakistan makes a tremendous amount of leather stuff right now, but it's all that stuff that just breaks apart.
Really?
Yeah. So anyway, pay up for your gear or be prepared to replace it every year.
Well, okay. Well, let me ask you this. What do you suggest for those people who are interested in getting a motorcycle, who don't have good credit, don't make a whole lot of money, they can't afford, you know, a $500 jacket, an $800 helmet, you know, $125 gloves, you know? How would we get those people interested into getting a motorcycle, you know? How do those people get on 2 wheels?
Well, There's a company now here that's doing first-time buyers. If you have truly like just limited credit, but you haven't destroyed your credit. So we do have 2 new programs for variables, people who are just getting established that are looking at kind of entry-level motorcycles. And then with that, you could you finance in a little bit of gear. And on the gear stuff, most shops we do specifically do good, better, best. So we try and find the best of like entry-level stuff and the best of the middle-of-the-road stuff and the best of the best. And you can kind of choose from that package. And we have a Synchrony bank card that people can use if they need to, if they wanted to finance gear or
And
service.
Synchrony
or
will give
whatever.
just about anybody a damn credit card or whatever.
Yeah, I think
man.
this is like the max you can get on it is $2,000, but you can put whatever, and that's
Yeah.
a revolving account, so you can qualify for that. But just getting them interested in motorcycles, I mean, you can't make somebody be interested, but if it's somebody that is like on the fence about it and they really look into how cost saving it can be, it makes a lot of sense for people to look at it if their lifestyle, like if you're a mom taking your kids to school every day, obviously you're not going to be able to ride a motorcycle.
No,
I mean,
that attitude.
No.
You know, you can
can
strap
get a
little Billy on
sidecar.
the back. Come on now. Come on, little Billy. Hop on with mama. We going to hop on the Harley. We going to take you to pre-K
Hey, you know what?
with that Marlboro in her mouth. Come on now. Get on the back.
I don't know if I told you, but I took my son to school in the slingshot a couple of times.
No, you did not tell me that.
Yeah.
That's cool as shit, though.
Yeah.
I bet you're
yeah.
the coolest. I bet you're the coolest mom at that school.
No, I don't think I'm in the picture. I think he's the coolest kid at school for sure.
Okay. All right.
He's very quiet. He's a bookworm, but that smile creeps up and the cheeks get red when
He
I
knows
pull
he's
up on that.
badass.
Yeah. It was the last couple of days of school that I had took him and picked him up, and
Because like kids see slingshots and they think that that's the coolest thing on
yes,
3 wheels, dude.
Yeah, they do actually. And you know, it is. If you've never seen one before, it really fully looks like the Batmobile.
If you've never been
roll.
around one, you think they're super cool.
Yes, I know. Yeah.
If you've never seen one, wow, that's the coolest thing ever.
Yeah. Well, I tell people all the time who might be like looking for a sports car or a convertible, I'm like, for best bang for the buck, get a slingshot.
Yeah.
They are so much fun if that's what you want, especially like the manual shift ones. I take one out probably once or twice a year because they're so much fun when we
Okay.
have them, when we can keep them in here. But yeah, you roll up on that, dropping the kid off at school, and all eyes are on him, like getting out, and the kids are like,
Wow.
and then they're like, "Oh, is that your mom?"
What's your mom
And then
do
he's
for a
like,
living?
"Yeah." He's all embarrassed. Yeah, that's my mom.
Think my mom's so cool, man. Whatever.
I don't
dude.
I don't know. Maybe he still likes me. He's entering teenage years though, so you know, mom's about to be super uncool.
Yeah, you're a cool mom for sure. For sure. a cool
Maybe
mom.
he'll think that later.
Yeah. I had a cool mom, or I still do. I don't want to say like she's not a cool mom still, but you know, my mom was like the first female mechanic at Delta.
I know.
Yeah.
I know your mother through you. We're gonna meet one day and have lunch and
man,
talk about you.
I hope not.
Yes.
I hope not.
Yeah,
I cannot have.
I'm gonna chastise her on her parenting skills though.
Whoa! Don't you dare! Don't you dare! My mom's a
gonna
great
say-
mom.
Uh-huh.
My mom was a great mom. She's the
I know
best
she
mom.
was. I know she was.
She was a fantastic mother,
Yeah.
and she still is. Still is today. She's
We're
the
gonna
best
go.
mom
We're
I've
gonna
ever
put you
had.
in a time machine and send you back with like a whipping rod and the word no.
And see, my mom still holds this thing over my head. When I was like 5 years old,
Yeah.
I said she's not the worst mom ever. You know, I've said
You're
that
not
she's
the
the
worst mom
best
ever.
mom in the world a million times since then, but she'll hold on to that one.
Mm-hmm.
That one. Well, you said I wasn't the worst mom ever. You're like, come on, man.
I truly
Must I
offended.
bear this cross forever?
I truly offended my parents at one point in time. We were watching some movie when I was probably like 7 years old, something like that. 8. I was 8. And I said something about, man, I wish I had parents like that. It was some movie with some parents that were doing something cool, and they both got so offended.
yeah, right. Doesn't
You
that hurt
don't
your
like
feelings?
us? And I'm like, that's not how I meant it. I'm just like, I
I
wish
just
I
wish
had
you guys
parents
were
like
richer.
that.
Come on, dude. I just wish you guys were cooler.
I
Let me
don't
do
know
whatever
if it
I
was
want.
like about money. I don't think it was about. It was about something they were doing, or I can't even remember because it traumatized me that I traumatized them, and now I just forgot
Yeah.
what it was. But yeah, those words came out of my mouth. I wish I had parents like that. Wow. I don't know what it was.
Heaven forbid you should offend your mom. That sticks with you forever. Ask me how I know. I'll never live that one.
And it's like, do you really think that in my 8-year-old mind or whatever, like I'm really thinking through, like, okay, I'm just going to go to the parent store and do an exchange.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, just-
Can I exchange these guys? You guys one that make more money? You guys the bigger house ones?
Who knows what it was? I don't know. Maybe they were out in space and they had a spaceship or something, and they
Something
give it to their kids.
unobtainable,
Yeah,
unrealistic.
something, yeah.
Wow, I wish my parents were aliens. That'd
Yeah.
be so cool. You're not happy with your home here on Earth?
Nope. I'm looking to live out there among the stars.
Did your
Yes.
parents ever give you shit? And that's speaking about the, being young into riding. Did your parents ever give you shit about motorcycles? You've been riding a long time.
No, not at all.
Did any of them ride? Either one of
Yeah,
them?
my
ride?
dad he was a police officer. He had a motorcycle for
Oh wow.
work
He was a biker cop.
for a while. Yeah.
Whoa, I did not know that.
Yeah. And then
Was it the
he
big old
had,
Harleys?
It was the Kawasaki version of it at the time. I don't remember which, if it was just the KZ or if it was the GPZ ones that they used. Sad, we don't have any pictures of it either.
That's awful.
No pictures of it at all. Not a single one. And then he had a Goldwing for a long time, and he and my mom would go ride around. And we actually did a couple of family rides with me and him and my brother. And then my mom's brother came out one time, and I got one of the rental bikes out for him, and me and my brother and him went riding.
That's cool.
So, yeah.
That's really cool. My parents hate the fact that I ride. I bring up motorcycles and it just ruins their day.
Yeah, but it's kind of how you make your living, so,
I know. You think they'd get over it by now?
yeah.
And my mom won't even watch my motorcycle videos.
Well,
She watches some of my videos. Isn't that terrifying? Isn't that terrifying? My mom watches some of my videos.
you would think that would be some kind of guiding light on how your mouth operates, but no.
I clean it up. If I know I'm gonna not be on a motorcycle, I reduce it. But she's like, you got to stop with those your mom jokes. It's weird. And I'm like, well, I say not about you, mom. It's everybody else's mom.
Everybody else's mom, yes.
But yeah, they hate it, man. That was a case where it was better to ask for permission, or better for ask for forgiveness than it was permission.
Yeah.
I just went out and bought a motorcycle.
Yeah.
They're like, you take that back, and I was like, nuh-uh.
Yeah. No, I don't think they ever said anything one way or the other. I think it was just, I always was outside the box with everything I did anyway. So I don't think I could do anything that would surprise them except for to fall in line with society norms. That would shock them.
They'd be like, that's not our candy.
Yeah. That would shock them. Yeah. But besides, I mean, I don't even know. I don't think I could do anything that would be a shock.
Interesting.
Yeah. I'd be like,
That's cool.
hey, I got a pet giraffe. And be like, okay,
Oh, nice.
nice. Yeah.
Very cool.
What are you going to feed it?
What's its name?
Leggy.
So that was the hard part for me, was like when I decided that I wanted a motorcycle. I was in college, and I wanted to go fast, but like cars were expensive. But you could get on Facebook Marketplace and pick up like a $2,000 to $3,000 piss missile. What do you say?
You said a bad word.
What, Facebook? Yeah, I know. And definitely you should buy from a dealer.
Yes,
like
you
especially like a
should.
used dealer, because like somewhere like Wow Motorcycles, they go through the motorcycle and make sure it's fine.
Well, they're not going to murder you when you're
Yeah.
going to buy the motorcycle from them and then just steal your money.
Right. And I did not know that dealerships like this even existed. I didn't know you
Of
could buy
course not.
used.
Yeah.
This is back in like 2013, 2014,
When the
I bought my
Flintstones were
first
still around.
motorcycle.
Yeah.
And it was a barn find,
Yeah.
But it was quicker than, buying a car. It's like a $3,000 piss missile would outrun 80% of the cars on the road in my area. So that's why I got a motorcycle. And once they figured that out, they're like, oh, this is awful.
You can get like a entry level little anything that can take most cars off a line.
Yeah, literally pretty much
Yeah.
any sport bike, even like the ZX4s, like the ZX400Rs, those things are so crazy quick. I saw one racing a 5.0 Mustang, and it was pulling on it. I was like, bro, that's insane, because those bikes are under 10 grand now, aren't they? You can get a used one for like 8.76. And
It's all the numbers now. It's
yeah,
all
just
of them.
whatever number I feel like saying. But either way, it was like crazy to see like how even like the entry level sport bikes are able to walk away from these like $40,000, $50,000 sports cars, And it's like,
All the more reason to have one.
and
They're fun.
The insurance on them is nothing.
Yeah.
If you don't finance it, if you pay cash, then you don't have to put full coverage on it, which you probably should. But like if you're talking out like $80 a month, $100 a month, for basic coverage.
Depends on your record and depends on what kind of bike you're buying, but far less than a sports car, way far less than a sports car.
Exactly.
Yeah. Actually, Duncan had a lawyer send him an email when we put out this It was, I think, in one of our newsletters where we kind of broke it down on how much money you could save on bikes. And he's like, where are you getting these prices? In a big, obvious signature block of attorney, whatever. And Duncan's like, that's actually mine, and I'm however old. And like no response back because he thought we were just making it up to make it seem attractive. I was like, no, these are actual real figures.
My insurance.
Save hundreds of dollars a month.
What do you think I pay for full coverage on the Busa, the Magna, and right now the H2?
Well,
Actually, no, the H2
now,
isn't on my insurance. Never mind.
Now you're what?
What? Do I need to do that?
Yeah.
All right, I'll do that. It's like $100 a month. Yeah, it's like I have an awesome record, if you know what I mean. I've got like 2 or 3 motorcycle accidents. I've got a dozen tickets.
Yeah, but you're a homeowner now.
That is
right?
true. That is true.
And
I am a
then
homeowner. So
you're
it's
over
not paired
25
together,
now.
but I'm over 25.
Yeah. So those help. Those things help.
And my
But
most
even-
recent ticket didn't go on my license. So
That's a big one. That's a big one for sure. But it is a lot more affordable than people realize because of the mindset of people look at it and they think, in addition to my expensive car and truck and insurance payments, instead of get rid of those and have these for way less.
yeah.
And that's the shift that we need to have people take in their mind is this is something that I can have fun with, get back and forth to wherever I need to go. Because when I did it, and I didn't have a car for a couple of years when I was younger and trying to save money on everything, there wasn't Uber. There wasn't the U-Haul rent me for or the Home Depot rent me for $19.99 a day trucks.
$19.95. You can rent this motherfucker.
There weren't these other options. The grocery store didn't come to you. And yeah, you can mess yourself up by spending too much money on getting everything delivered. But at the same time, if you by and large are trying to save money, you can use that if it's going to rain really, really badly and you
Right.
don't want to be soggy knees when you get to work. But the overall view of motorcycles needs to change because we will be safer with more bikes on the road. It's a lot more fun for people. Psychologically, it's better for people. You want to talk about like really regaining all of your cognitive functions. Like it's going to make your brain work. It is going to make all of your senses kicking in. It's going to give you that I must pay attention.
Yeah.
This is like you can't mess around on this. You can't be on autopilot like people are with their cars.
But at the same time, there's nothing more fun and free than riding a motorcycle. Like there is a lot more responsibility, I would say, with being on the road. Like you're right. There's no, you're not in this big metal cage. You don't have air conditioning. You don't. I mean, you can.
You got lots of air conditioning.
Sure, yeah, that's all you have is air conditioning.
The
But
temperature of it is just a little.
you're missing all this airbags and the seat belts and the safety features. So like, yes, you do have to be more proactive when you ride, but at the same time, there's nothing more free and exciting than riding a motorcycle.
Yeah.
It's just inexplicable to anybody.
For anybody who is feeling, particularly, sadly, a lot of these people who are on medication, it makes them numb.
Yes.
And
like SSRIs,
Yes.
for instance.
And this is something that I'm not speaking out of turn here, but this is something I think even with people like that gives them a feeling, as opposed to no feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And we can fact check that with somebody who would know better, probably a psychiatrist of some sorts. But, for a lot of reasons, a lot of reasons, motorcycling is fantastic. It's just a shame that it has kind of taken a turn to being so dangerous. But there's a lot of people who used to only go out riding in the country on Sunday mornings, and that was their way of unwinding, relaxing. And, if you want to adopt that kind of strategy for a mental break, go for it. But you can also get the same kind of relaxation on your ride home, even if you're stuck in traffic. It gives you just a different feeling.
Yeah.
For sure.
Like-
And got
No, I was just going to be like, yeah.
Yeah. So there's some people out there online talking about, we always say the same things and, motorcycling is downward spiraling, this and that and the other. Well, you keep saying that crap, especially for people whose lives and content revolve around it. You know who I'm talking about. I'm looking right at you and you and you and you and you. You can keep talking about this, or you can turn it into something that's going to help your channel and help the industry itself, as opposed to just showing all the sensationalism, just showing all the people who are doing all the crazy stuff. Like, show what it's like to live riding a motorcycle every day. Just show what it really is about. I challenge somebody to start a channel. Maybe it would be popular, maybe it wouldn't be. But for a year, ride every day for a year. Show how much money you save, show all the things that you've done. I think that could help people's mindset a lot on how the motorcycles are perceived. But by and large, we need to just stop talking about all the negative aspects of it and talk about all the good things that can come from it for people from the economic standpoint and from a personal satisfaction, feeling alive, all these things. And just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it. Be like Duncan.
Yeah, Duncan.
Just do it.
Just do it. I think he's the one that came up with that, not Shia LaBeouf.
Just do it. I think Nike came up with
Do
that.
it.
Nike came up with that first.
Did they?
Yeah, that's their whole slogan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe that. That sounds about right. I just remember Shia LaBeouf saying it over and over again when we all thought he was crazy.
Is he not?
No, I think he's actually more sane than we realize. I think he was just kind of going through childhood trauma from being a childhood actor. I think a lot of that, because like you look at some of the movies and some of the directors that he's worked under, especially all this Epstein stuff coming out, you're like, dude, maybe he's seen and knew some crazy stuff that we didn't.
Yeah.
Do you think Palm Beach Pete is Epstein?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think Palm Beach Pete is Epstein, or at least a clone of him or something. Because, I mean, like, that's, you talk about in our faces. They got this guy who looks exactly like him, has the exact same stutter and speech patterns, and has the exact same teeth, the same teeth. And he's like, I'm not Epstein, I'm Palm Beach Pete. I'm running from Miami or whatever. I'm Palm Beach Pete.
I don't know. They said Elvis was alive too, so I don't know.
Maybe he was, man. Maybe he didn't die on the crapper.
I don't know. I have a theory that when you die, you get to go and like just find out everything that you want to know, and then maybe like you'll get like a rewind button and you can change things and then see how it end up. That would be great entertainment.
Like an
for-
alternative timeline if
Yeah.
if things had been different here or there.
Yeah, that'd be very interesting.
That'd be really what's a good way to like describe that? That'd be very like satisfying, a good wrap up emotionally, wouldn't it? Mm-hmm. That'd be nice.
Like what would have happened if World War II went a different way?
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's a spicy one, Candy.
Yeah.
That's a spicy one. I don't know if this podcast is ready for that one.
Or World War One.
You know? Yeah, or World War One.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Any of them. Any of them.
Yeah.
What if the Ottoman Empire didn't fall?
The Roman Empire, the
Or the
Ottoman
Roman
Empire.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you could go and for millennia, you could keep yourself busy going, okay, well, what if this happened? Let's see
Yeah.
what happened.
You could
That'd be
really just
awesome.
start connecting all sorts of dots that don't
Yeah.
exist. I love it.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Now we have a new Netflix series.
Yeah.
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 That would be fun.
Candy's World of Mysteries. Mm-hmm. Now that would be a good one.
Yes. Yes. All right. Well, let's start writing that.
Yeah, we'll get Netflix on board. They'll sign anything.
Yeah, they will. All right. Speaking of writing, and I mean writing and not writing, I think it's time for you to go write something.
Yeah, I got a ZX6R for a review that I'm doing.
very
I'm
good.
I'm excited because I think that's like right now, that's like one of the most sought after 600cc bikes. Is it a 636 or a ZX6? I can't remember.
The one that you're going to ride?
Yeah.
I don't know.
636?
636, yes. Speaking of popular motorcycles and how to get people riding, because you're giving away a bike?
I'm
Or
giving away a
you-
bike.
Yeah. Real
I
quick,
wouldn't
recap
consider it a
that.
beginner bike though. That bike is going to be miserable to ride. Straight pipe, no suspension.
And when are people going to be able to see that?
I don't know. We don't have a date set up just yet, but we will be
Non-committal.
announcing it together. And then people can, once the bike is finished, I'm just waiting on the exhaust, the reveal will be here. And then there will be a video reveal as well.
And when you, okay, we'll talk about the giveaway thing whenever you figure that out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I see you over there holding some Wow Bucks.
Wow bucks. Wow bucks.
Can we
This is the
explain
one
how-
that punctured your eyeball.
The one that literally ruptured my cornea.
Gave him-
Freaking ninja starred me. Hit me with that ninja star.
I couldn't do it again if I tried.
No, that was a 1 in 100, literally.
I know. Yes, we are giving away a motorcycle. If you bring somebody to WOW that has not purchased a motorcycle, they don't have to be a first-time rider, but they've just never come to WOW before, you're going to get 100 WOW bucks. They're going to get 100 WOW bucks. You're a really nice friend. You give them your 100 WOW bucks so they can get better gear. So just like we were talking about. And we are going to be giving that motorcycle away. It is a Suzuki GSX-S 8S. That's so hard for me to say. I don't know why.
Which is a nice bike, by the way. It's very
Gixxeratus is
cool.
what Chase calls it. Yeah, it's very nice. It is a very all-around
Very
bike.
cool
It is
bike.
actually probably not even a beginner bike. It is something that a beginner can win it, but anybody that gets it will appreciate it. So bring somebody in that has never been here before. You both get entered to win. Also, once you've been entered to win, you will get more entries for utilizing the service department or buying parts and accessories here. And the more people that you bring in, the more entries that you're going to get. So that is something that we're going to be giving away on November 1st for our last big open house of the season. Chase's bike's also going to be given away that day. Dan's probably, if we can get Dan's schedule together, going to try and give something away. And then also Law Bike is going to be giving away a bike. So, I mean, we're going to have like bike giveaways like crazy. I don't know how many bikes have been given away on one day ever anywhere, but this is going to be at least 3 for sure. Maybe
come to WOW and get a
4.
bike.
Come to WOW, get a bike. So
Buy
it's going to
one,
be
get one, sell
buy
one.
one, get one. Yes. And for all those people who are commuting and or just have motorcycles in general that need to save money, one of the things WOW is doing right now is we just lowered our labor rates for an indefinite period of time. We know people are struggling, and we're trying to help out in that regard. So, like, we've got the best tire prices in around, period.
That is true, by the way.
Yes.
And I've looked. You
Yeah.
guys have the best tire prices by a good margin.
Yeah. Yeah. And
I need
also
a new tire
with
for the
the,
Busa, by the way.
oh, Dan's looking for his Dan price on his
Yeah,
tire.
I'm looking for the DP, dude.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. That's not what I meant.
Yeah, sure. So we've lowered our labor rates. So share that with your friends, anybody that's needing service. That extends out to everything that's done back there. So we're really trying to help the people out who are getting pinched by this funky economy that we've got going on. But we've got so much happening.
Yeah.
So we need people to get involved, and we got rained out so much on our third Thursdays. We'd been trying to do the free fuel frenzy. We had to cancel it twice because of the stupid rain. And my theory is that they're trying to fill up their water reservoirs for the data centers, but that's just my theory.
Probably.
So next Thursday is our third time's the charm. Well, actually, this will be too late for this. But anyway, we would have had third Thursday by the time you watch this. And
Hope you guys came.
Yeah, I hope you guys came. We're one of the first 100 people to get free fuel in their motorcycle. So we'll see how that goes. I'm sure Duncan's going to have fantastic coverage of that. So
And I'll be there as well.
yes.
Or I will have been there. If it happens, I'll be, well, it should be, yeah.
Yeah, should be. Yes. All right. Well, Dan did his first dyno run today.
I did. It's my first time
Yeah.
ever doing a dyno run on myself. It was,
Yeah.
I didn't like it. It was scary. It did not feel right for that bike to be going that fast while sitting still.
Did you get a little adrenaline rush there?
Considering that it wasn't my bike and it was like
So
oh,
loud, and it felt like it was going to
Oh
explode.
yeah, it does feel like it's going to explode on a dyno.
Yeah, it does.
I much prefer sitting back,
Mm-hmm.
and that's something I didn't even know you guys offered. Like I knew you guys had the dyno, but I didn't know you guys offer like dynoing and dyno tuning here. So that's another
Yes.
service that WOW offers, which is really cool.
Yeah,
That was
we
badass.
have the Duck Shop here, world renowned. Mark does blueprinting on motors, Ducati specialty, of course, but we have several guys in there that do performance work.
No, he's
We
badass too,
yeah.
by the way. He's
Yeah.
badass at what he does.
Yeah, he has people shipping motors from all over the world, and when we past tense had the Ducati franchise, that's how it all came together. But we've had the dyno for a couple of years, and we can do all kinds of stuff. But first and foremost, we want to make sure your bike needs it, and we don't want to sell people stuff just to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So come by for a base run, talk about what can happen to the bike to increase horsepower or just make it run better, and they'll do it up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Come on to WOW, get you back.
Yeah, get you a bike.
Mention Do It Dan, and they'll
Charge
probably
you extra for
they'll
the
charge you
hassle.
extra for being associated with me, but
Dan's still hoping and praying that the H2 stays in his garage somehow, some way.
this is the last time I'm bringing it back. Once I leave here, it's not coming back, Andy. I was telling Duncan, I was like, "Yo, this is the last
have
time
your
this
address.
building will see." Yeah, so far, whatever. Who says I'm going to keep it there?
Yeah. I've got.
If you guys buy enough motorcycles using coupon code Do It Dan, Dan gets to keep his H2.
no.
She won't even entertain
If
the
Dan can sell every motorcycle out there today by close of business, I'll consider it.
80% off every motorcycle on the showroom floor using the coupon code Do With Dan. Come in here and buy you 10. 10 for the price of one deal. Do With Dan.
Negative.
Oh, negative. Okay.
Negative.
Never mind.
Negative Ghost Rider.
All right. The pattern
All
is
right.
full.
All right.
Thanks for
Well,
having me
we
on,
will do
Candy.
it again. Yes. We will do it again. I think we've got a masked episode coming up.
Oh, I still got my dickhead mask.
Okay, good.
It's become a staple on the channel.
Yes, awesome. All right, well, thanks for coming.
Thanks for having
Thanks
me.
for coming back.
I gotta pee now. I love you guys.
Love you too. Bye. Thank you for tuning in to Candy's World on Wheels podcast. Leave a review anywhere that you're listening to this podcast, please, and thank you. Reviews really do make a very big difference in the growth of our channel. Laura, I'll send it home so y'all can have a little kinky playtime.
Oh shit, dude. That's crazy.
I need a baton.
Laura,
Listen, ma'am, I pulled you over because you driving against the wall. Driving against the law, driving wall.
just me and Dan are just on our phones,
Hanging out together.
just hanging out.
Just hanging, like
As we do.
This is what it's like in 2026. It's just two people hanging out on their phones together.
Yeah,
Talking
talking
about
back and forth to each other on their phones.
Also, the headphones are behind you. It's just
I can't wear the headphones with this fucking helmet, Duncan.
Well, I'll put mine on.
That's my bad, man. I'm sorry. That's on me.
We'll do that after we take them.
Can we get some Viagra for this thing? Can we get a Blue Chew?
I can come over there and tug on it for you.
Flop it around a little bit.
Ah,
Yeah. I grabbed me another bear. What? One bear. Two bears.
I think you're blowing out our monitor thing over there.
Three bears.
Do I stop? No, I don't.
How I look,
think
Dunk? With the headphones. We're good?
Sure that your ring light is on that block of wood, so it's positioned behind the helmet. Yeah. There we go.
Did the headphones look good, Duncan? They good?
Yeah, just give me a sound check real quick.
Sound check, 1, 2.
Is that
Yeah, just give me a sound
Good.
check real quick.
Wait, I don't know. Sound check, 1, 2.
Just give me a sound check real quick.
Sound check real quick.
Yeah, you're good.